Charles Darwin and some modern scientists think that life started all on its own. It sort of just happened spontaneously. It's called chemical evolution. They say it started with chemicals forming building blocks and then combining into polymers like DNA and RNA. These previous videos detail just some of the scientific problems with that ever happening. Anyway, let's wave our little magic wand and say all those challenges have been solved for now. We don't have life yet, but what are the next steps toward life? Well, just like eggs have a hard time turning into a chicken without a shell, and water balloons are not much fun without the balloon, living things need a cozy little house of their own to keep the good stuff in and the bad stuff out. We're talking cell membranes. All living things are made up of cells that are surrounded by a cell membrane. Life simply cannot exist without membranes. Origin of life researchers claim that cell membranes are easy to make and that they have demonstrated this in the lab. They point toward experiments where these molecules called phospholipids are placed in water and they form into a spherical shell, kind of like a cell membrane, all on their own. Wow. But is it really the case that cell membranes are so easy to form? Let's take a look more closely. Okay, cell membranes, needed for life, supposed to be easy to make. Is that the case? Membranes do a lot of essential things to keep the cell alive. If any are missing, death results. Think of the membrane like a house in outer space. Space house. Nice. Space house provides a safe, comfortable environment inside, despite things outside desperately wanting to kill you. Outside, the temperature can fluctuate between as hot as an oven and as cold as negative 455 degrees. You know, almost as cold as your ex's heart. Not to mention the radiation, lack of oxygen or water, there's a vacuum, space pirates. Inside though, there's an ample supply of pizza, tacos, warm blankies. That's what I'm talking about. The environment inside the house is controlled and very distinct from the outside. That's what keeps us alive. In a cell, the membrane is responsible for keeping things safe and comfy too. The fancy name for this is homeostasis. But walls that are sealed up tight with no way to let trash out or new food in will quickly become a stinky tomb. The cell will quickly die as food runs out and garbage piles up. The very simple membranes that scientists create in the lab are exactly like this: non-functional, stinky tombs. Real cell membranes need to be tight, but also have very specific doors that actively let things in and out in order to maintain homeostasis. And it needs to have all of this complexity at the very beginning. There's no time for this to gradually evolve because no homeostasis, no life.